Aidan O'Connell with Tom Telesco. I think this is going to be a great workout. Tom Telesco knows quarterbacks, okay? He's been doing it his whole career. He's been around some of the top quarterbacks. And if he sees quarterback talent, a lot of people around him trust what he sees because he's done it before. He's done it again and again. So if he comes to the Raiders and he says, I like the quarterback we have, I think we should trust the fact that that's what he's going to do, or that's he knows what he's talking about when he's doing it, and that we got a good quarterback. And I believe once it comes out that we don't draft a quarterback, or that we draft a quarterback from really low that nobody wanted, the immediate response is going to be that Telesco messed up. The season is going to be trash. They're going to say that the Raiders are trying to tank for whatever quarterback next year. It's going to turn into some outward story that it doesn't need to turn into. It could just be Tom Telesco thinks Aidan O'Connell's a good quarterback. Getsky believes the offense that I'd like to run, Aidan fits it. AP believes that Aidan's a good leader and that he can run the simple type of offense that will keep the ball safe, which is what he wants to do. He wants safe ball, he wants downfield passing, and he wants a good play action. And that's what they're designing their quarterback around. And if you look at these quarterbacks coming out of college, right now, you're going to have to teach them how to even get under center. Like, none of these quarterbacks come out under center. They always pass from the shotgun. So that alone is going to be a good adjustment, a big, solid, hard adjustment. And all the quarterback coaches know that. And anybody who's good at picking out a quarterback knows that as well. So if you're bringing in a prospect who has to learn from the very beginning to do the most basic part of this offense, or you're working with Aidan O'Connell, who technically is a veteran because it's his second year, who's been working with this play action offense his whole time in here. Now, the Getsky's offense is going to be different from McDoofus's offense, but it still does a lot of running, and there's going to be a lot of play action, and that's what all the people who make the opinions want. TT, Getsky, and AP, they all want the same type of quarterback. And if you look at the quarterbacks in this draft, how many of those quarterbacks do they think they could mold perfectly into that type of quarterback? Now, I looked at all the film of a lot of quarterbacks. If you go online, then there's a guy, can't remember the name, but if you go online, you'll see that there is if you go on YouTube, there's a channel, and I don't have his name here. I'll put it in the comments like professional people do. And he broke it down so he shows every pass from those top 5 quarterbacks, and you can watch them for the whole season. And I believe Tom Telesco does the same thing in much better film than I do. But what I did see when I saw all those quarterbacks is that none of them are going to do play action right out the bat. So you're going to have to start from there and progress forward, or you start where Aidan O'Connell is and progress forward from there. And what they know is what makes a quarterback great, which is what makes all players great, is effort, is repetition, is putting it in there and caring when you're supposed to care, and making the extra effort because you want to make the extra effort, because you want to be at that next level, because you see that there's a certain amount of perfection that you can get to, and you're going to work as hard as you can to get there just because it's your goal. And as you get to that goal, you will get the accolades and the rewards that come with the achievements of those goals. And that's where we are with Aidan O'Connell. We're right there where he's going to get the accolades for achieving these goals, because these goals are right here in front of him and he's training to get to them. And like I said, when you come and watch this, this is going to be all Aidan O'Connell positive stuff. So if it's too much positive for you, leave. So, and thank you very much for even getting here. Back to Aidan and Tom Telesco. It's going to work out just fine, because I think that's what Tom Telesco is going to do. Now, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and they draft a quarterback in the first round and they decide to put him in before Aidan, and they believe that he can catch up. Everything I'm saying to you sounds so unlikely when I say it. It should be obvious to you that Aidan O'Connell is going to have to be the starter. And we're going to start from a higher floor than we would with any other rookie. And that rookie would have to come in, surpass, and excel. So what Tom Telesco knows is that there's a process. He understands that developmental process, and we don't want to go through that developmental process immediately again, especially when we don't have to. And right now, with Aidan, we don't have to. And just because the fans out there would like to see something a little more flashy doesn't mean that Tom Telesco doesn't know what he's doing when he uses Aidan O'Connell as the starter. And that's what it's going to be. And if there was some type of emergency, some type of press, and they really needed a quarterback, we would do more work with our draft picks. You'd hear more of us about trying to run around and collect picks to make a move. But there is no hearing of that things, if that's the way it's supposed to be said, which probably not. But you don't hear that from the coach's mouth. You don't hear that from the general manager's mouth. You don't hear that from the offensive coordinator's mouth. What you hear is, we're satisfied with where we are. What you hear is everything is on the table. What you hear is that Aidan O'Connell is our starter and you have to go through him. Okay? What you don't hear is that the quarterback room is full. So with a full quarterback room, there is another reason why I believe that we're not going to draft a quarterback in the first round, if we draft a quarterback at all. I believe the team's thinking is we should build up this line now, because no matter who our top quarterback is going to be in the future, we still need an O-line to protect him. Now, are we going to take these picks that could bring us an O-line and a better DB core, and what I hope they're doing is looking for a big wide receiver? But we could get those things, those major pieces around the next quarterback or around Aidan O'Connell now, and see how much he excels with those things. And if those things don't work out, then I believe they'll take that next step. And I also believe that those things will work out, because Aidan O'Connell has the abilities that it takes to take us to the next level. And anybody who's afraid of his lack of mobility can go ahead and use that as their knock on him. But as I say, athleticism can be taught. So Tom Telesco, I believe, knows what he's talking about. Everybody else believes Tom Telesco knows what he's talking about. And if we pass the draft and we don't draft a quarterback, or the quarterback that we draft appears to be just mostly a prospect quarterback, that means Tom Telesco was impressed with Aidan O'Connell when he got here. He was impressed with him when he saw what he is on the field. and he's impressed enough to not want to go to another quarterback. And we should, and I trust in his ability to pick a quarterback because he's done it before and he's done it before that. So once we don't draft a quarterback, I'm assuming he believes in Aidan O'Connell. And if we, as fans, still want to say that they don't believe in him now because he decided to go with Aidan O'Connell, that's fine. It's always something. If you don't get what you want, people don't think about what might happen, what should happen, what it looks like could happen. Is mostly what I want to happen. If what I don't want to happen happens, is stupid. I don't think it's stupid if Aidan O'Connell doesn't start. I just think it's unlikely from what I've seen. So I think Tom Telesco has been around quarterbacks enough to know that I know a good quarterback when I see him. I think Getsky been around quarterbacks long enough to know I know a smart quarterback when I see him. I think AP's been around quarterbacks long enough to know I got a tough-minded, even kill ice in his veins type quarterback. And that's what they need in their quarterbacks for their separate reasons, and that's what Aidan O'Connell has. And that's why Aidan O'Connell is going to be the starter next year, because everyone believes in what he can do. The important people believe in what he can do. And that's what's really, really important, isn't it? So hopefully everything works out for everyone. And I just believe things working out best for the Raiders is going to work out through Aidan O'Connell. So in the end, I think Tom Telesco is smart enough to know what he's doing. And I believe that what he's setting up to do is go with Aidan O'Connell. So that's my opinion. That's the direction I'm coming from. And take that spice of positivity with you, because I'm trying not to just dog Aidan like I see a lot done. I'm trying to see the most positive side of what we're doing with this. And I think that we're going in the correct direction. We're going to save a lot of money with the draft. It's going to be great. It's going to work out really well if once Aidan shows what he can really do, and once everybody who believes in him shows why they believe in him. All right, so that's what Aidan O'Connell does with Tom Telesco, and let's go, right? So I hope you enjoyed this one. I don't even know how long this one was, just because I've been talking. But thanks for the 8 of you who were watching. I like the comments, and I'm going to talk back for sure, just because it's really just about the comments, right? It's just about the conversation. So let's get together. Let's hook it up. Let's get down with some Aidan convo. And Guru out.